Hey everyone, in this screencast I'm going to walk you through on how you can submit your homeworks on Autolab. So for question 1 of each of the homeworks, you'll have a folder that looks something like this, which will have files in it. But the only file you need to edit and submit is a solution file. And right now there is no code for output sorted list and it just returns none. But I have another solution file that has appropriate code in it for this function, and I'll try to submit that on Autolab and see what we get. So to go to Autolab, you can simply open your web browser and type in autograder.cse.buffer.edu, which will take you to the home page of Autolab. Once you're there, you'll have to select the homework and the question that you want to submit for. And right now you should only see homework 0 since that's the only homework that's been released. So I'll select question 1, and then I'll have to select the language that I wrote my code on, which is Python. And one thing I would like to point out is that moving on from homework 1 onwards, you'll have C++ to work with as well. Alright, so after that, you'll have to select the inputs that you want to run your code on. So I'll select the first 5 inputs, then confirm that I've followed the homework policy. If you have not, then I would highly recommend for you to not submit your solution at all. Then click submit and select the solution file that I want to submit. Once that's done, it'll direct me to the hand in history where I can see my output. And this output, it will take a while to generate, so I'll pick the video back up when that's done. Alright, so it looks like we got 4 out of 4 for the first input, but 0 from there on. So let's see why that is, and we can see the feedback by clicking on any of these scores. And it looks like my solution timed out from input 2 on, which means that my solution or my code was not optimal enough. So if this happens to you, I would recommend for you to change your code to make it more optimal or think of a new idea for your solution. Right now I have another file which has a more optimal code, so I'll try to submit that and see what we get. So let's submit or select question 1 for homework 0, select the language Python, and let's say I want to run all the 10 inputs this time around, confirm, and then submit the partially correct solution. It'll take me to the hand in history, and I'll come back when this is done, or it shows me the output. Okay, so it looks like we made a little bit of progress, but we're still getting zeros on the last 2 inputs. So let's see why that is. And it looks like my solution timed out again, meaning that it's still not optimal enough. So I'll try to submit again with another file which has more optimal code than this. So to do that, we'll go back, question 1, Python. I'll run all the 10 inputs, confirm, and then submit the correct solution. And hopefully this time around I get a 40 out of 40. Great, so we got the 40, and I can still check my feedback, but it would just tell me that my solution was right for all the 10 inputs. And one thing I would like to point out is that the final score you receive for question 1 will be the total score of your latest submission, which means that my final score at the moment is 40. But if I had not made this 23rd submission, my final score would have been 32. And once I have my total score, I can go to the scoreboard and see how my submission matches up against the submission of other students. And lastly, before I close off the video, I would like to show you one last thing, which is the feedback that you receive when Autolab times out. Now I made a run or submitted a solution before I started the video, which is the 15th submission right here, where I received a 0, and let's see what the feedback was. And as you can see here, after printing out reading file for input 8, there's nothing, and it just says that the score for this problem is 0, meaning that the Autolab timed out and my solution took extremely long to run. If you have any more questions, feel free to post them on Piazza or come to office hours. And thank you for watching.